to President Donald Trump. It means American businesses may have to pay a 50% duty on goods they import from Brazil. He calls the trial of former Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro a, quote, witch hunt that should end immediately. Brazil's sitting president says that any tariff increases would be met with reciprocal tariffs imposed on U.S. goods. Trump says he also has informed Algeria, Iraq, Libya, Moldova, Sri Lanka, Brunei, and the Philippines of the upcoming 20 to 30% flat tariffs on their products. Here's more.
President Trump wrote on social media Wednesday that a 50% tariff on copper will go into effect on August 1st. Trump says the move follows what he described as a robust national security assessment. The president blamed the decline of the U.S. copper industry on past administrations, saying copper was needed for semiconductors, aircraft, electric vehicle batteries, and military hardware. Trump vowed that America will once again build a dominant copper industry. The announcement came hours after Trump also informed Brazil that its reciprocal tariff on August 1st would rise to 50% from 10%. Trump's Brazil tariff order came in a letter to Brazilian President Lula da Silva. The president criticized Brazil over what he called the witch hunt trial of Lula's conservative predecessor, Jair Bolsonaro. Bolsonaro is currently on trial for charges stemming from an alleged plot to overturn Brazil's 2022 election results. Prosecutors allege that Bolsonaro and several associates were attempting a coup d'etat, including an alleged plan to assassinate da Silva. Bolsonaro has denied wrongdoing and any involvement in the alleged coup plot. Trump also criticized what he said were Brazil's attacks on free elections, Americans' free speech, and secret and unlawful censorship orders to U.S. social media platforms. Lula responded to Trump's letter by issuing a statement saying that any unilateral measure to increase tariffs would be met with a response in accordance with Brazilian law. Brazil is the 15th largest U.S. trading partner, with total two-way trade of over $90 billion in 2024, and a rare nearly $7.5 billion U.S. trade surplus.
% tariff. NTD's Washington correspondent Jack Bradley joins us. Jack, good afternoon. Why is Trump taxing copper imports? And also, he's hitting Brazil with a 50% tariff as well. What is the latest there?
Right, so let's start with Brazil, Don. As far as Brazil, the current president, Trump is saying that the current president of Brazil is going after the former president, Jair Bolsonaro, in terms of accusing Bolsonaro of attempting a coup, all of which Trump says is a witch hunt against the former president. And at one point, his ally, a staunch conservative, and he calls the current president of Brazil carrying this out. Now, Trump says that the Supreme Court as well in Brazil has been censoring social media from the U.S. And on top of that, there's been non-tariff and tariff trade barriers on the U.S. imposed from Brazil, according to the president, for years. And so all of that has added up to this 50% tariff marker from the U.S. Brazil's president, Silva, says that these will be reciprocated on the U.S., but Trump says in his order that any reciprocation or retaliation from Brazil will be met and tacked on to the current 50%. Now, on copper, that's also a 50% tariff, also going into effect August 1st. With that, President Trump posted on X, on social media, Truth. He said copper is necessary for semiconductors, aircraft, ships, ammunition, data centers, lithium-ion batteries, radar systems, missile defense systems, and even hypersonic weapons, of which we are building many. Copper is the second most used material by the Department of Defense. So obviously, a big national security issue to the president here.
And Jack, this weekend marks the one-year